Hello, and thank you for joining me. I am Triple Moon Mystic, and this is a 2020 forecast for Earth sign masculines. This is my first set of videos for YouTube, so thank you for joining me as I set off on my soul's purpose of helping and healing others through tarot and oracle readings. I'm excited to be launching this and doing this read for you today. I am going to do a spread that came to me in a meditation, and it's laid out in an X pattern covering first, second, third, fourth quarters of 2020. I'm going to be using the Thelema deck for the main tarot. I'm going to use the In-Between Tarot, which is a newer tarot deck that just came out. I absolutely love it. And the Sufi Wisdom Oracle for healing energies, and the Sacred Traveler, which is another deck for advice and healing energy. And most likely we'll probably be also using the Untold Truths of the Heart by AquaMoonlight, who is a YouTube reader, and her cards are available on her Etsy site. Okay. So, I have already pre-shuffled my decks and prepared them for this read, but I'm going to go ahead and do a few more shuffles on camera for you, and we'll start pulling them out. I'm going to do 2 cards for each quarter to just see where these masculines, these earth signs, sun, moon, rising, and Venus are at, and what is going to be happening in 2020. So, let's do a shuffle here and get right into the reading. Okay, so earth sign, sun, moon, rising, what do we have in store for 2020? Okay, wow, first card out, the Death card. Okay, so this will go in the first quarter of 2020. Second card, the Sun. Wow, that's beautiful. So you have the Sun and the Death, 2 major arcana for the first quarter. That's really interesting because that's like, I mean, that's a story right there. I mean, rising, death is about the dying away of the old and coming into new beginnings. And the Sun is just, that's the most positive card of the tarot deck. That is just the embodiment of happiness and fulfillment. So that's actually really beautiful. For second quarter, I'm getting Ace of Cups. Yep. So that is unconditional love. It's divine love. And that's absolutely gorgeous. Then we have the 8 of Pentacles. The 8 of Pentacles, working hard on something. And by the card lying next to it, it's working hard on self-love, unconditional love. We're going to get some more to clarify. And in the third quarter, we are starting off with the 10 of Pentacles. So we have the 10 of Pentacles, which is personal fulfillment, with the 6 of Swords. It's so interesting because in the other reads that I've done, the 6 of Swords has come up in both the water and the fire reading, and actually in the fire sign reading, it was in the same position in the third quarter. That's really interesting. All right, 5 of Pentacles, okay, in the fourth quarter. And finally, we have the 6 of Cups. Interesting, because the 6 of Cups has come out in both of those readings as well. And bottom of our deck is 9 of Pentacles, which is about personal fulfillment. Okay, so that's sort of a crowning energy there for this reading. So what I'm kind of seeing here with the first quarter with the Death card and the Sun is this first quarter of 2020, this masculine is experiencing a death of the old. I mean, he is closing out his cycles. He is looking at new beginnings, joy and happiness, and that's what he's wanting. He's looking for his joy. He's rebuilding his life everything was blown apart in 2019 for many of these masculines. And in this case, you know, this particular death card, he's standing on a pile of bones. You know, it's like I'm getting may have lost everything, starting new, starting fresh with that white horse sort of is, you know, like spirit, and we've got this eagle flying in, and it's like starting new, coming into their own understanding of what their true fulfillment and personal happiness is. And with the second quarter, we had this Ace of Cups with the Eight of Pentacles, working towards self-love, working towards unconditional love, understanding what unconditional love is, and trying to experience it on his own, okay? And, I'm not really centered here, let me turn that a little bit, there we go. And then in the third quarter, we have this 10 of Pentacles. So, you know, the overriding energy of the year is 9 of Pentacles, which is interesting. We have the 8, the 9, and the 10 here. It's a progression, right? We're starting off the year wanting personal happiness and abundance and fulfillment. And it also is an indication of being single. So if they were in connections before, they either are no longer in those connections or they're going to be coming out of them very soon. Working towards self-love. And this right here, this is personal abundance. This is, you know, the family, the home, the job, you know, all the things that make this person feel abundant in a 3D sense, things you can taste, touch, feel. And moving out of the choppy waters, moving out of those old karmic cycles, old patterns, limiting beliefs, all of the things that had been holding them back, you know, kind of going through, you know, with these swords, he's going through this mountain pass into calmer water, into a new start. And in this fourth quarter, with this 6 of Cups and 5 of Pentacles, it's interesting because the 5 of Pentacles is about feeling left out. It's about feeling that you've been sort of left out in the cold. And this 5 of Pentacles is a little different than the traditional tarot because it's only one person, and it's a female, and she's holding her cup out, right? And then we have the 6 of Cups, which is about reunion. It is about past life connections. It's about reminiscing about the past. And so what I'm kind of getting from this is that where where in the past, this connection left this person out in the cold, he's ready to hold his cup out. He's leaving behind this, you know, he's stepping forward and moving toward his feminine, is what I'm seeing. I'm going to get some bridging energies to really kind of clarify. Actually, you know what? They're telling me to pull one more card for this third quarter. So I'm going to shuffle and get one more card to get a little bit more clarification on this 5 of Pentacles and 6 of Cups, because I feel like we have one more message here for this particular group. So let me just shuffle out another card. I pulled all of these off the top. They're telling me they want me to shuffle again, so we will. Let's see what comes out. What else? Why do we have this 5 of Pentacles and 6 of Cups in the fourth quarter of 2020 for this group of masculine earth signs? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay, well, there it is. And I did say, coming out of this energy, we got the Temperance card. Healing. Healing that feeling of fear of being left out in the cold. Temperance. So yeah, there's going to be healing to that, perhaps in this connection where someone was left out in the cold, in the memory of how that felt. So I'm almost feeling like maybe it was the feminine who was left out in the cold and has perhaps finally been able to heal and come forward. And I don't know why I'm getting that here, but I'm feeling kind of strongly that even though this is a read about the masculine, I'm feeling that feminine energy coming through where, you know, if you're the feminine watching, where you have been resistant to this masculine because of past behaviors, and maybe not fully opened your heart and offered your cup. And now in this fourth quarter, you're finally ready to offer your cup to him. I don't know. I hope maybe that resonates with some of you out there. So now I'm using the In-Between Tarot, which is a unique tarot deck. It's about, if we think of the tarot deck as a journey, particularly the major arcana, where we start with the Fool and journey through the cards. These cards deal with the energies that bridge us in between each of those milestones. So I thought this would be a great deck to bridge the energies. What is it that the masculine is going to be dealing with that's going to be transitioning him from these different energies from the different quarters of the year? So between the first and second quarters of the year, what card do we have? What is this masculine? What is this group of masculines going through that's transitioning them from this rising out of the ashes towards their sun and personal happiness? What are they dealing with here? Okay, sorry, there's just too many cards. Apologize. Normally, all right, I think I'm just gonna have, nope, there we go. All right. And we have the Strength card. That's beautiful. So as you see in this deck, we have Strength here and the Hermit card here. And so we see the Lion, and we see, I mean, she reminds me a lot of the Justice. So I don't know, some of you feminines out there might be Libras or Leos. I don't know why I'm getting that, but we've got the Moon here and this path. And you see the Hermit here walking up the path toward sort of a solitary kind of reflection, where he's going to really think about what it is that he wants and how to get there. And it's interesting because we have the Death, and we have the Sun, and so then we have the Strength card. Understanding and going through to understand what it is that they want, and a death of the old to bring in the new energies. And this transition of the Strength card, working on unconditional love. So that is where this is a period of recognition, and this is a period of work, where they're working on themselves. All right, so in that second quarter, working towards unconditional love, experiencing it for themselves and being open to experiencing it with another person in that second quarter. And so what is the energy taking them into the third quarter, which is moving out of old cycles, old patterns of behavior, into his Ten of Pentacles, into his ultimate fulfillment in the 3D. What is the energy moving us from the second to the third quarter of 2020? All right, well, this is the card that came out. I'm going to take it. The Wheel. And in this deck, you know, again, like I said, it's called the In-Between Tarot. We have the Wheel and Justice. And it's so interesting because I said a moment ago that this woman in this Hermit card reminded me of the woman in the traditional Justice card. So we have, and I said Libra, and here we are with the Scales of Justice again. So interesting. So we have this woman wielding a sword, which is truth, and we have this winding path. And so between the Wheel, which is change, so change into balance, right? Balance, justice. It's bringing bringing justice to those who, you know, good to those who have done good, bringing karma to those who have, you know, created karmic cycles for themselves. So this card is all about closing karma and change. So we are going from this understanding Hermit strength / you know, into the Hermit mode of working on that unconditional love, bringing balance and justice to the connection where he can experience moving out of the karmic cycles. Justice is a card of karma. Like I said, moving out of the karmic cycles into abundance. Okay, and I feel like this is where the this masculine in this third quarter is really going to be ready to step into a connection, because the healing here with this you know, leaving out in the cold, and this reminiscing about things that had happened in the past. It's gone. So what's taking him from the third quarter to the fourth quarter of 2020? Okay, Spirit, what is taking, what is the bridging energy here? All right. Wow. Oh my God. I love this. Oh my God, I love this. I love this. So what is taking this masculine from moving out of choppy water and into his abundance and healing this, you know, left out in the cold in this soul connection? It is the Empress. I love that. And of course, the Empress is divine feminine energy. And so we have the Empress and the Emperor both in this card, a divine couple. You see two little children there. It's a family. And you know, it's interesting because the Ten of Pentacles in the traditional tarot shows a family. This is 3D stuff. So in this third quarter, it may very well be that you see this masculine coming forward wanting a full commitment, wanting that family, wanting that with you. And in this fourth quarter, he will be enjoying wholeness and healing from all of the stuff that's gone, the karmic, the past life bullshit, the left out in the cold, the, you know, running from the feminine. Yeah, this is about the connection, the healing of the connection. I was picking up some feminine energy here, and this is definitely healing in this connection. Wow. These DM earth signs are really taking off 2020 running. This is beautiful. This is an absolutely beautiful read. So now what I'd like to do is get the Sufi oracles, and just knocked cards over. And I'm going to pull some energies for each of the quarters that are going to be overriding energies for this excuse me, for this masculine. So Spirit, can you give me 4 cards here for 2020 for the earth sign, divine masculine, and the journey that they are going through? Let's see. I feel like some of you may be hearing from your masculines coming forward and wanting to work on this partnership with you, with justice being here, going from the second to the third quarter, and you may be hearing from them as early as the second quarter of this year. And because third quarter looks to me like really working on foundational things and really moving into smoother waters, and by the fourth quarter I see full commitment. So I mean, things are going to be happening, I feel like, a little faster in this group than in the other groups that I was looking at. All right, so the first card out is Balanced Life. Love seeks your well-being. So it's interesting because for these connections to really come through, we have to be balanced. So that's body, soul, and mind. And with this Death card and the Sun card, Balanced Life, that's what he's going to be experiencing. You know, a death of the old, coming into balance and understanding what his true happiness is, and moving with strength into that second quarter, which we got Way of Faith. Let faith be your guide. So it's so beautiful because with this Dove, with this Ace of Cups, this is unconditional love, self-love, Spirit coming down, pouring the love down. This is what he's working on. And this is the Way of Faith. He's going to be connecting with Spirit, with his higher self, and with his feminine. He is going to let his faith guide him into this connection. And with the third quarter, celebrate life. Make life your connection. Or I'm sorry, make your life a celebration. Goodness. And so this really goes with what I was saying. I think the third quarter might be when, you know, this Ten of Pentacles, he's celebrating life. And fourth quarter, and that's with you, feminine. Speak out and communicate and solve the conflicts. So that's interesting because we have the Five of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, and Temperance. And we have this Empress card with the Emperor and the Empress in it together. And then we have speaking out to communicate and solve conflict. So what I'm getting from this is that there will be a resolution to conflicts of the past. With that Six of Cups, I'm getting past energy, being that this was occurred in the past and is healed, and that you guys have resolved, you fully resolved the things that kept you apart and kept him running. Oh my God, that is so beautiful. And look, the crowning energy, 9 of Pentacles. So I feel like, feminines, this is for you too. Really stepping into your personal abundance and really, you know, finding out what it is that you love and going for it. Okay. Wow, that was amazing. Okay, so I'm going to clear these really quick, and I'm going to get some cards specific to the feminines watching this reading. And we are going to use the, hold on, we're going to start with the Untold Truths of the Heart. And we're going to look at, I'm going to shuffle these again. We're going to look at the things that you're dealing with, feminine. While your masculine is going through all of this, what are the things that you need to know, the things that you're dealing with? What are the messages that Spirit has for you for 2020? What is it? Oops. Wow. Masculine energy, first card out. Okay. The next card we have is spiritual connection, deep love, soulmates, and unity. That is beautiful. Okay. Confusion, puzzled, settled, and unclear. And finally, we have shallow, superficial, boredom, and blank. Okay. So I feel like what Spirit is wanting you to know here, feminines who are dealing with this group of earth sign masculines that I'm channeling, is that your masculine is with you. You are soulmates. You're not imagining this. Don't be confused by what you see. You know, unsettled and unclear, boredom, superficial, blank. You feel like, you know, am I just imagining this? Is this real? Did this really happen? You know, is this really my divine counterpart? And Spirit is telling you, your masculine is with you. This is a spiritual connection. Don't be confused. Don't be confused by illusions. Superficial. That's what you see on the outside. That's not, you know, that's the surface. That's, to me, like, I'm getting 3D. Don't look at their social media. Don't listen to what friends and family say. Don't worry about what you're seeing on the surface. Don't let it confuse you about what this connection really is. And that's what Spirit wants you to know. So now I'm gonna move into this Sacred Traveler Oracle, and we're gonna get some messages for you on what you can be working on in 2020 while your masculine finishes closing out his cycles. And just know and understand, feminines, that these masculines have a lot of karma, have had a lot of karma to clear. And I'm, you know, from what I have seen, many of these masculines are the ones carrying the bulk of the, all 4 cards popped out at once, that's great, the bulk of the karma. So when they're working on this karma, this is karma that you two probably created together in this life or a past life. Some of it, no, but some of it, yes. So he's clearing the karma in this connection while you're working on clearing the energy in the chakras and the blockages in some cases. So what does Spirit want you to be working on? Overcoming obstacles. You can overcome anything. You can do this. Okay, you can do this. You have the strength to do this, and Spirit has your back. And we see like the sword and the stone and this little bird. And it's like, you know, if you know the story of the sword and the stone, there's only one person that can withdraw the sword from the stone. And I'm trying to remember, I feel like he's someone who's pure of heart or something in King Arthur. And I don't really remember exactly, but for whatever reason, they brought that story to mind. And I just know there's only one person that can pull that stone or that sword out of the stone. You are that one person. You are that Ace of Swords. You are his truth. Okay, you can overcome this, okay? Wise leader, you are a beacon for others. So let me just say, feminines out there watching, you have a mission of your own. So that's where your focus needs to be. You have a mission with music, with writing, with healing, physical therapy, working with children. I don't know. These are the things that came to mind. It might be something else. But you are a leader in your mission, and people are waiting for you. So shine your light and get out there and do your work, okay? Fogged in. Go slow, take time. So it's interesting that's coming up. So we've got overcoming obstacles that came up right in front of this Divine Masculine card. We have wise leader coming up with a spiritual connection and unity. So that's part of your mission in this connection. Confusion, we have fogged in. Go slow and take time. So understand, it takes time to heal. Don't get sidetracked in the fog. If you try to see your way through fog, what happens? If you turn up your light, all it does is reflect it back to you, and it blinds you even more. Close your eyes, use your intuition, take your time, and move forward at the pace that it takes. And the last card is Vast Vistas, expand your horizon. And we have yet another ship here in this background. So my cards are just not cooperating here. So we have fogged in, don't get distracted, right? And Vast Vistas, expand your horizons. You know, don't be afraid to take that leap of faith. If you're thinking about doing something and you haven't taken the, and if you've just been like, I can't do that, or am I really capable of that? You know, go for it. Take the class, learn how to do it. If you're feeling called, go. Take a trip. See something new, learn something new, do something new. And I'm also getting, you know, Vast Vistas, there's a great wide world, expand your horizon. I'm also kind of getting expand your aperture, sort of a photography thing, which I'm not a photographer, but it's about widening your lens, widening your perspective. And when it's next to fogged in, it's like, you know, if you're looking at everything from a very narrow perspective, then you're only getting one picture. So if you sort of look at it from a different angle, the connection and the things that are happening, you know, maybe from his perspective, from the perspective of your masculine and what he is going through, looking at it with a different perspective. So thinking about the long game instead of what's happening right now and why isn't it happening right now. Think about what the long game is. This is your twin soul. This person is you, and you will always have you, even if it's not in the 3D. Know and trust that this masculine is with you. So I hope that this reading helped you. If you resonated with this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you'd like a private reading with me, my information is in the About section of my channel. And I wish you well, and thank you so much for tuning in.